remember the song Aoko? On our today's episode, we feature Justo Asikoe, who's a member of Jabali Africa. This is the Shibia show where we will be bringing you all your favorite celebrities.
Miss Shibia.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Welcome to Culture.
Thank you. Culture Hub.
Looking good, looking good.
Thank you. You're looking good too.
Oh, thank you.
The African Prince.
Oh, hell yeah. I have to.
I love how you always represent Africa, starting from your music, the way you dress and everything.
Nimepanda milima yo, ona mabonde, nimepita misitu na nyika, kaogelea kwenye mito na bahari, aoko, aoko, aoko. Nimepitwa na vipusa, wenye nyuso zinazong'aa, wenye meno maziwa, wenye macho ngololi, wenye mwanya mdomoni, aoko, aoko, aoko. Nimetembea sijamuona msichana kama aoko. Nimetembea sijamuona msichana kama aoko. Aoko, o mwana ber, o mwana mayeye, shipenzi o mwana shindugutwa, o mwana swehe, o mwana yenyene, aoko, aoko. Nimetembea sijamuona msichana kama aoko, aoko. Nimetembea sijamuona msichana kama aoko, aoko.
When did Jabali Africa start?
Jabali Africa was formed in 1993, February 12.
1993, which means now it's 20 years old right now.
No, it's 30 years old. This is the 30th.
30th year.
Yeah, we're actually organizing a big show coming up at the place where we started.
Okay.
We're going to have a national, mostly the carnival. If you're looking at this poster, was 1998.
1998.
Homecoming.
Yes.
You know, the rock of Africa comes home. So it was sponsored by Carnival and Alliance Hotels and all these. So we're coming back to do our 30th anniversary.
So you started your journey of Jabali Africa at Carnival Grounds?
No, we started at National Theatre.
National Theatre?
Yes, and then we went to the African Heritage. So there's 3 venues that really Jabali owes its beginnings. National Theatre was where we formed the group because we were part of the Kenyan National Theatre dance troupe. So we broke out of, actually we got fired. We got fired from the Kenyan National Theatre. Then we formed Jabali Africa right underneath the tree on the side of the National Theatre.
Right in front of the main hall.
Yes, you see where they have a tent right now?
Yes.
We started that vibe. That fire, Jabali Africa started that fire. And today, when I go there, I normally feel good because I always say, I started something. We planted a tree that everybody came and built upon.
Okay, so how many of you did you start? How many members were you?
Initially we were 4 members, and there was Evans Chagala, there was Victor Elolo, Joseph Asikoe, and myself, Justo Asikoe. Then there was Robert Owino that we added, and then there was Stephen Wafula, and the late Peter Mbole. He died 4 years ago. So so we added the other guys, and then when we left the country, we left 8 people.
8 people. So where did the rest of the group go? Because I understand Joseph is your brother, so it was a band of 2 brothers and other people, right?
Actually, the band was not, because when I went to, I happened to be at the National Theatre by accident.
By accident?
What
do you mean by accident?
Because I was minding my own business. I was not supposed to do arts. I was supposed to do electronics. You know?
You went to the theatre to do electronics?
There was auditions after school, you know, when we were still waiting for things to pave way.
Yes.
You understand? When you're waiting for an opportunity to arise after Form 4, looking if you're going to join college or whatever, I said, okay, so there was an audition. So Joseph was doing it. He was there. He was doing dance. Then I came and I looked at them and I said, oh, why can't I join? For fun.
For fun.
It was for fun. So it ended up being a career.
You know, I've come across different people who told me like they were going somewhere to do something different, maybe just escorting a colleague, then they ended up finding themselves in a certain career they never expected. So this happens to be one of your, like you seem to be one of those people, right?
Oh yeah. That means it was in me. That
it's a talent that was inside you,
but it was
but
just a matter of getting it out because I was playing music from the age of 12.
So you were at KNT, then you moved to Carnival?
No, we went to African Heritage.
The next Alan Donovan.
Yeah, I'm going to show you some of the stuff. We toured with it in 9 European cities. Germany, Austria. What did you tour with? The African Heritage. Yeah, and the African Heritage used to work in conjunction with Carnival. So African Heritage and Carnival, they were kind of partners. Yeah, they were working hand in hand. So, and also, I forgot to mention the French culture, but our most credit we give it to African Heritage. African Heritage. We started at National Theatre, and then Alan Donovan saw us, and he wanted that same band to go with on tour. That time he used to work with Musically Speaking, but he ended up, and the African Heritage Band, people like Ayu Bugada and them, Kido Kibkosia. So he ended up going with us. We were the next generation that took over from Ayu Bugada and the African Heritage Band. So was it through African Heritage that you moved to the US, or it's something that just came up later on that you decided to move from Kenya to the US? Okay, the US was part of our plan. We detoured to the US. We were supposed to go to London. Our initial plan was to end up in London because there was a band that Jabali Africa liked. If you listen to Jabali African music, it's like a band that was in the 70s. This band actually was formed in the 60s. We were young. We found this music that I came across. We came across and we said, who are these cool guys? My older brother used to listen to these guys. So we ended up forming Jabali Africa based on the fundamentals of Shibia. It's a band that was called from Ghana that had moved to London. And they did a lot of music with, it was actually the biggest band that came out of Africa during that time. Okay. It did a lot of music with the people like Mick Jagger. You know Mick Jagger? He's a rock and roll legend. Big time. Yes. You should go find out who Mick Jagger is. And so Mick Jagger there were people, because I'm into music. So Jabali Africa has been listening to traditional and modern music. If you listen to what Jabali Africa presents to this day, is a fusion of African sounds. It's true. That's why we call it roots music. Yebo, come in.
Thank you.
Da iburo mulitara ya etore Papa wanje erira nanjero Papa yananga asikoye Yambola ewenye nebunyore ebusihare agoa etore bale Jerere ingo Jerere, jerere, ingo, jerere, jerere, ingo, jerere, vale. Jerere, ingo, Nyasaye Yahonya Danyora Ekasi Nairobi Bakara Yakora Nairobi Batema Ohiba Mukunda Wanje Nyasaye Sakonanga Bale Jerere Ingo Jerere Jerere Ingo Jerere Jerere Ingo Jerere Bale Jerere Ingo Jerere Jerere Ingo Jerere Jerere Ingo Jerere Bale.
These are African artists, or it's a combination of both African and all good artists worldwide?
Okay, one thing I'm going to tell you about Culture Hub, and also you see the name Jabali Africa.
Jabali Africa, yes.
All these things are connected to the African, from Africa to diaspora and back to Africa. So what you're seeing here is black excellence. Black people have been put down for many years, for centuries, for over 500 years, from the times of slavery to up to now. So what you're seeing here is people who played a part in the black excellence, because Africans, they've been excelling under pressure.
It's true.
Under oppression.
It's true.
So you tell me, if we really ruled ourselves and controlled ourselves, what can we come out with? Apart from the divisions they've been put there by the Western ideology and Western powers. You understand me? So what you're seeing here, I have some Americans. There's Jackie Robinson.
He was an artist, right?
Yeah, he was an athlete.
Athlete?
Yes.
Okay.
This lady, Madam C. Walker, was, she invented the hot comb. You see the hot comb that black people, although I don't agree that, but it was a good invention.
It's true.
They're trying to be like white folk, straightening the hair. The hair was a white ideology.
I was told long time ago, people used to use, how is it called? Some parts from a pot, the broken pots, they put in the
hot comb.
Yes.
Yes, I used to see that, and one time I even witnessed a lady's hair caught fire. Those incidences a lot. When I was a kid, I saw a lady screaming. The comb actually ended up, igniting her hair with oil. So there's a way it works. You have to apply oil and clean it. So Madam C. Walker came up with that.
Okay.
And it went all over. It went viral all over black, Afro, the African diaspora and Africa and America. That's the jazz celebrity. Charlie Christian was a jazz musician. The other guy was a black inventor. And also, if you look at the walls, there's people like Malcolm X. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. That is a very strong word. You gotta believe in yourself.
And still on this wall, I can see this beautiful picture here.
Yes.
That's Jabali Africa performing.
That is Jabali Africa performing. I remember that time was 2005 in June in a theater called Grenada. That was in Texas. We were actually together with Oliver Mtukudzi, and I happen to like those pictures, but we've done so many shows. If you look at the walls, we've done festivals with the Malays.
Starting from here in Kenya, going all the way to the US, and I believe you've been in the US for 20 years, if I'm not wrong, right?
28 years.
28 years?
Yeah, we went there when we were really very young.
Okay. In your journey as an artist, performing back here in Kenya and in the US, which of the celebrities, like big celebrities, legendary artists, have you gotten a chance to perform with? Like sharing a stage, doing collabos with?
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier before, like you got a chance to share stage with the late Oliver Mtukudzi, who happens to be one of the greatest African artists in Africa. Who other artists did you get a chance to work with?
There's so many. There's so many. I will name a few.
Okay.
Because people love big names, I will start with the big names. but for me, I treat an artist depending with what the vibe they bring. But like I start, we've done a lot of reggae festivals because reggae connects very well with African music. Every music in this world began from African music. The piano is a percussion instrument that evolved from the marimba. This one. The guitar evolved from the litungu. This one behind here. See this?
Yes.
This harp.
So this is just evolution from that.
Yes. Now you need to know Africa is power. Africa is everywhere. Every
Africans
music,
we are rich.
Yeah, every music is tainted with African music. Okay, going back to the artists we've worked with. We've worked with the Malays. We actually did we just did a track like 2 weeks ago. We did a track with they're doing the Malay. We did two tracks, and we're working with this guy called his name. The Journey Continues. It's called The Journey Continues with Malcolm, and he's actually Marley's cousin.
Okay.
And he's
the late Bob Marley.
Yeah, the late Bob Marley's cousin. He just left.
Okay.
Yeah, Jimmy Malcolm. Go find out. Jimmy Malcolm. We just did a collaboration. He's putting up together a concept called The Journey Continues, that they started with Bob Marley, then Bob Marley, along the way he passed. Okay. And then his Marley's kids are producing The Journey Continues. We just did 2 tracks. Right now as we speak, we have a track that is number 2 that got released yesterday. It's number 2 on iTunes USA.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
We just did, we love music, we love the arts. It's bubbling on iTunes charts, number 2 right now, with Emmy McAllister, even Eddie Kenzo was in there. There's so many great musicians in that collaboration. Go check it out on online. Okay, Okay, I'll have it up, not down with the artist. You wanted to know.
Yeah, because I believe Jabali Africa is a big brand, it's a big name. So
we done stuff with Lauryn Hill.
Yes.
We did some more music with a jazz musician called Taj Mahal. Go find out. He's a blues legend in America and all over the world. Those people who listen to blues, you can't just listen to one type of music.
Basically, I don't listen to one kind of music. I listen to almost all music.
Yeah, Oliver Mtukuz from Africa.
Yeah, Oliver.
Hima Sekela.
The late Miriam
Makeba we met.
Miriam.
We met her, but we never did anything I wish we'd have done, because she was way much ahead in terms of generation-wise.
But at least you got a chance to.
Of meeting her. Yeah, she was a very beautiful human being. And also even meet Mr. Hima Sekela. Oliver Mtukuz too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been in Kenya, you've been in the US, comparing Kenyan music industry and Yamaju, what would you say?
Kenyan music industry needs to do a lot more. If we want to be independent and do our own stuff, we have to support our own. The only problem with Kenya is like you find like there's people who don't support Kenyan music. For how long are we going to be singing this song?
Yeah.
For how long are we going to be singing this song? So Kenyans, we need to start by supporting our own. There's a lot of great music coming out of Kenya. There's a lot of great musicians who are very much talented. There's many more. There's a bunch of talented artists from Kenya. Kenyan music is so diverse. You can imagine the 41 tribes, how much we can come out with. Because tribe is still a language. I hate it when people call it tribe.
Yes.
These are languages, just like French, English, German, and all that. Luya, Kikuyu, these are languages.
These are just languages.
They're not tribes.
Okay.
Tribes, I come to find it like, it's somehow, to me, it's somehow derogatory. Because you can say the English tribe, the French tribe, the German tribe.
The German tribe.
So when it comes to that authentic or the exotic way of trying, a lot of people have cashed in from African culture. That's one thing I need to know, to tell you. A lot of people have cashed in out of the African culture, from the music to the culture to everything. Hakuna Matata, Hollywood telling us Hakuna Matata, that's when African comes out. Hey, that's ours. It used to be ours. Yeah. Stop that, cut that crap off, you know?
So basically,
we need to start believing in ourselves. Yeah.
And supporting our
own. That's how we're going to get to where we went. Because Jabali Africa has been around for 30 years. Last year, that's when we got nominated for a Grammy.
Yes, actually, we're heading on that topic about Grammy Awards, because I think you're among the first 5 Kenyans to get that nomination.
Jabali Africa is the first Kenyan group to get nominated for a Grammy.
It's the first?
It's the first Kenyan group. Tell me which other one. Do you know of any other one?
No. I was just trying to check out, and I just came across you guys. So I believe in Kenya, maybe you're the first group to get that nomination. We were
the first Kenyan group.
You were nominated under which category?
We got nominated in the children's music category, which is very important. This is an investment that we've done for so many years. We didn't know it was going to come manifest after 28 years. We did a popular show in America called Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. If you're listening, go check out Mr. Rogers. It was a big children's program that was being shown on national TV called PBS, and it was being shown everywhere in America. We happened to be on this show, and this show is what made us actually find our first booking agent in America that is booking us till today. And then the music that we did is where we came again, because we've always wanted to work with kids. Even right now, we have a new one coming up.
The first question is, never have I ever gotten lost in a foreign country.
Gotten lost
in a foreign country.
You know, do you want me to answer the question?
You answer me first. Of course, we've been traveling all over the
world. Before, yes. I have.
You have?
Yeah.
What's happened?
You know, before the GPS, during our tours in America, we got lost, so that's the way we knew the system. Okay. Going to an advanced system over there is kind of like, we used to read the maps. Atlas maps. Before GPS, I can take you from here to Congo, reading a map, even to Nigeria. I can read a map. I can take you over to don't leave the GPS alone. Yeah.
So you're supposed to have your own map?
Yeah, an atlas. I'm going to. Yes. I have it here. I'm going to frame that when I get to the culture hub. You're going to see a lot of Jabali Africa story. So the atlas, we used to read map upper here like military.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know how to read a map very well and take you north, south, east, northeast. I'm very quick at that stuff.
Never have I ever regretted an apology.
I can say, you know, for me, if somebody apologized.
Not somebody apologizing to you.
Have I ever?
You apologizing to someone like.
Or me apologizing?
You apologize and then you realize, no, huyo mtu nimeapologizia haku deserve that apology.
I've never.
Never.
I've never. Can I explain?
Yes.
Okay. Because once I've given you my apology, the way I roll, the way the juice rolls, I've given you my apology.
That's it.
If you go there and you start acting up, that's up to you. But I've done my part.
You've done your part?
Yeah, and I've crossed over the river, moved on.
Wow, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Never have I ever been in a haunted house.
A haunted house?
Haunted house, houses really exist?
They're there. I've heard, but I've never encountered that, but I've heard stories.
You've heard stories?
Yeah.
You've never been into a... Same here, I've never even seen a haunted house.
Yeah.
Okay. Never have I ever quitted a job.
Me?
Have you ever been employed at the first place? Let's start with that.
Yeah, that's another story. You see, the first 2 years we went to America.
Yes.
Let me say I have. Let me say I have. Can I explain later?
Yes. So you have quitted.
I have. When we went to America,
yes,
it was not a walk in the park. The first year, we had saved our money that we had made in Europe. It lasted us 8 months. Then the rubber met the road. There was no bookings.
Okay.
There was no shows. So we had to go look for small gigs on, some work. I worked at a warehouse, at a hardware warehouse, to place stuff. After 6 months, I quit. said, I'm a musician.
You know the people,
Yeah, I said,
especially
I can't take it anymore. Because I was not employed. I was self-employed here in Kenya.
self-employed.
I quit that job.
most artists then kama wanaweza understand being employed for a long
Hawezi.
time.
They
Because
can't.
this is somebody who's used to waking up in the morning, doing his job, maybe working overnight.
And,
then
and
sleeping
don't forget,
there.
you're in a foreign country, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes.
You know, so you have to crawl and find something to do. So we went. It helped in paying the bills, but I did not only come I did not come to this world to pay bills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah.
I want sometimes to enjoy life and buy a nice instrument. You know, I value instruments, not cars. Don't get me wrong. I don't value cars like that.
Yeah, of course, I've seen all types
The instruments.
Hata zingine sijui zinaitwa.
That guitar that you're seeing there is not a cheap guitar. If you want a good sound, you gotta spend some money. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I'm not saying you cannot get sound from a cheaper guitar. Get what you can afford first. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next question. Never have I ever peed in a swimming pool.
Eee. That's what I'm saying. I have. That time I remember I was a teen. Many teens do that, you know.
Yeah.
I couldn't go all
Not
the
even
way.
teens alone.
Even grown folk.
Just
Yeah, you know, I did what I did. I'm sorry I did that. but,
okay, you
know,
did it.
Yeah.
Okay, never have I ever cheated in an exam.
In an exam, cheated?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Writing a small Mwakenya and hiding in your.
No, I don't remember. I've never. That one, I'll be honest.
Never.
I've never done that because I'm a guy who, even during my school days, I was born in Eastlands,
Okay.
toughest neighborhoods. We were tough, but I was never a liar.
Okay.
I was not taught that with my dad. My parents were God-fearing parents. So, and also the way I was raised. I will tell you the truth. I might be wrong, but on my side, it's going to be my opinion, which I will think maybe I'm right. Okay. So I'll tell you what I'll tell you. I speak my mind. If I'm wrong, correct me. That's it.
And what about bribing a cop? Have you ever bribed?
That one, I'll be honest. I have.
Yeah, because
in a country that is infested with corruption, sometimes I find this cop is wasting my time.
Yes.
And this cop is so hungry, you seeing where he have bribed, you know?
Sometimes you just do it to save your time and energy.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, whether you're right or wrong,
Yeah.
it's just
but
money that
we need to
comes
stop those habits. The systems need to change. We need to start with our systems. They need to change.
back. Thank you so much for your time, Mr.
You're welcome.
Asikoye.
You're welcome. You're welcome.